Imagine waking up every day with the same thought running through your mind. I'm gonna mess with the system today. By parking like a total idiot. Not with protests or angry tweets. No signs, no speeches. Just one small daily act of defiance. Parking. You heard me right. Not dodging taxes? Not pirating movies? Just a battle fought in the shadows of a dim concrete garage. A battle over $10 a day, and the principle behind it. This is the story of how I stole parking from my job. Every single day. For months. And got away with it. Kind of. Let's talk about workplace parking. If you work in downtown Seattle, Boston, hell, even a mid-sized city, you've probably dealt with this nonsense. Your employer gives you a job, maybe some benefits, maybe a lukewarm coffee pot in the break room, and then turns around and says, "Oh, by the way, if you want to park here to actually do your job, that'll be $10 a day." Thanks. At my job? $10 per day? $50 a week? $200 a month? $2,400 a year? That's a used car. That's groceries for 3 months. That's rent in the Midwest. Worse still, you had to pay for it yourself. No reimbursement, no payroll deduction, no discounts. It was like a Netflix subscription to your own office. And the password was guilt. So, naturally, I looked for a loophole. And found one. The parking garage had 5 floors. Open wide and mostly soulless, except for one spot. One glorious, dusty, forgotten corner on the lowest level. Hidden in the shadows, practically hugging the wall. It didn't look like much, but to me, it was freedom. Every morning, I'd drive in like I was about to pay like a responsible adult. Then I'd go stealth mode, reverse into that corner spot, put it in neutral, get out, and give it a little push till the bumper's kissing the wall. Why? Simple? I don't have a front plate. And with the back plate pressed flush against concrete, the parking attendant couldn't read a thing. No license plate, no ticket. No evidence, no crime. It became a ritual. A quiet, poetic rebellion. Like an ancient monk entering meditation, I'd sneak my car into the shadows like a ninja and savor the sweet taste of slightly messing with the system. Look, I'm not the only one. In fact, people across the country are fighting the same battle every day. Hospitals, universities, downtown offices, and tech firms all charge their workers to park. I read story after story. A hospital charging nurses $500 per month to park, even if they're physically disabled. Students paying $16 for 15-minute parking drops at suburban clinics. A university charges staff $800 a year because free parking would be a taxable advantage. Hell, in Seattle, folks are dropping $350 per month on parking passes. Meanwhile, their jobs pay for public transportation, but not a single square of concrete for their car. That's not a perk. That's a pay cut. Turns out, the internet is full of rebels like me. There's the guy who parked against a guardrail so they couldn't read his plate. Another who parked on the roof of a garage because security never checked there. A woman who let her coworker borrow her company-issued parking pass for cash while she took the bus. Then there's the DIY, worse. Some clever college students using scratchy old visitor passes on rotation every Wednesday because campus security only patrolled once a week. One guy? He watched the enforcement officer use a mirror on a pole to get his plate number wedged between his car and a retaining wall. The guy wasn't even mad. He tipped his hat, well played, petty. Maybe. Inspired? Definitely. Of course I know the day will come. One morning, I'll walk into the garage and there'll be a note under my wiper. Or where's a boot? Or worser, a pink slip. But here's the thing. I already have my plan. The day I get caught is the day I switch to public transportation. Simple? I'm not some high-stakes criminal mastermind. I'm just trying to save a car payment's worth of cash every month. I'm not hurting anyone. That spot's always empty. I'm just avoiding a stupid predatory fee. Honestly, I see coworkers waving their tickets around, groaning about forgetting to pay. Meanwhile, I'm cruising by with the smug satisfaction of knowing I'm $10 richer every day. And pushing your car in neutral every morning? Builds character. Let's be real. The scam isn't me hiding my license plate. The scam is charging workers to park at their job. It's a baton switch. You get the job, you think you're making $80,000 a year. But no one tells you it'll cost $3,000 in parking fees, another grand in coffee, and half your soul in meetings that could have been emails. Why does parking at work cost money? Why do hospitals of all places charge nurses who save lives to show up? Why do security guards on night shift have to pay $54 to keep a hospital safe? It's not just inconvenient. It's disrespectful. We're not asking for a helicopter pad. We're asking for a curb that doesn't charge us rent. Some folks say I'm part of the army of malicious compliance crew, and that I'm basically the general of being a bit of a prick. Technically correct, but practically a pain. This isn't just about parking, it's about giving a hard time to bosses and rule makers who think they own us. Eventually, they'll figure it out. They'll probably put up cameras, start checking more often, and some eager beaver in a high-waist vest will finally catch on to what I'm doing. And when they do, fine. I'll stop. But until then, I'll keep parking in that spot, sneaking my car into the shadows, and walking into work like I've just pulled off something amazing. Because sometimes, you don't need to break the law. You just need to find the loophole. So next time you're about to cough up $10 to park at your own job, remember this story. Remember that somewhere, in a forgotten corner of a parking garage, a car sits quietly, unticketed, unseen. And every day it's there, someone is reclaiming a little bit of their paycheck and their dignity.
Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Share it, because some stories are meant to be discovered together. And stay curious. I'll see you in the next chapter.